Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning, everyone. Okay, so welcome again to our very first show that is called Rendezvous Students Live in New Zealand. Okay, hari ni kita nak take away sikit lah daripada biasalah kalau kita mula sesuatu tu, we want to start something different. Normally we will be talking about Google Meet, apa semua tu kan. So we want to try something different this time. Okay, so this rendezvous kita mulakan hari ni rendezvous ni dari Malaysia ke New Zealand sebagai episod pertama kita, season pertama. Macam menarik sikit lah, kita nak ubah benda-benda baru. Okay, rendezvous ni biasa saya explain secara ringkas adalah is a borrowed word from French yang dimasukkan ke dalam BI yang literally it means meeting. So normally we'll be talking about macam coffee talk. Okay, kita nak sembang-sembang santai. So saya tukar je nama dia kepada rendezvous. Okay, right. First of all, because this is the first show and the first episode, I would like to personally thank eDIDIK, the team member, okay, the crew and everything, especially to Dr. Ja, okay, for the Vice President of eDIDIK Malaysia for making this event a success. You guys, for the thank you so much for the undying support and encouragement. Okay, welcome Dr. Ja. Hello, good morning.
Morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. Thank you Fadli.
Salam. Thank you. Okay, so Dr. Ja will be here today and we are live actually, okay, so we managed to get one of the students, okay, who is now currently in her final year in New Zealand. So kita akan meneroka lah perjalanan hidup beliau, macam mana beliau mengorak langkah dari seorang pelajar mendapat scholarship dan terus ke peringkat yang seterusnya. Dan this rendezvous session juga we will be sharing a lot of different stuff. But the big theme or the umbrella theme is education. So kita ada mix BM and BI lah. Okay, since the implement of CEFR, so we want to try and encourage people to use a lot of English nowadays, especially for students who will be sitting and speaking a lot after this. Okay. Right, without any further delay, allow me to introduce our guest speaker for today, who is now live in New Zealand, okay? Dari Azizahtun Aimanhusna binti Sabani, okay? A little bit about her because she will be telling us more. So saya akan cerita. She is a JPA Mara scholar, okay, at the University of Auckland, New Zealand, majoring in accounting and commercial law. All right, so Husna, so live from New Zealand, ready Husna? Okay.
Hi.
Okay, this floor is yours.
Alright, hi, Assalamualaikum. Nama saya Azizahtun Aimanhusna, but I go by Husna. So basically macam Sir Fatih cakap tadi, saya pelajar tahun akhir di bawah tajaan JPA Mara di University of Auckland, New Zealand, majoring in accounting and commercial law, dan insyaAllah akan graduate in a month. So can I just pull out my slide now?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. Just a second. Can you see it now? Okay, cool. Alright.
Yeah, okay.
So, sebelum saya datang ke New Zealand, saya belajar dekat KYS Business School dekat Melaka, in which adalah college persediaan ke New Zealand selama 2 tahun, and dekat sini pun saya di bawah tajaan JPA Mara. So, I'll first start with how I came into accounting. And to be honest, saya sebenarnya lepas sekolah saya tak tahu apa yang saya nak buat. So I really just jump into random things. And masa SPM, saya tak ambil subjek accounting, tapi saya ambil ekonomi asas. And I scored quite well in economics masa sekolah. So I thought I like economics, and masa masa sekolah pun cikgu kata dekat uni nanti kita akan belajar benda yang sama dengan sekolah. So like lepas SPM, saya apply untuk study economy dan masuk QS Business School, major in economics. But then dekat college we focus on macroeconomics. So maksudnya belajar tentang ekonomi yang on a larger scale. Contohnya international trade and inflation and stuff. So and that's when I realised that sebenarnya yang belajar dekat sekolah tu very very basic, and I was really struggling to faham macroeconomics. And plus economics ni dia penuh dengan teoris yang for me I tak boleh faham a concept kalau I tak nampak in real life. But then kalau you suka fikir, you're imaginative, then economics is for you lah. But personally I like following a set of rules, macam semua yang kita buat dah ada guide, so kita just follow. So like after a year dekat KYSB, I tukar my major to accounting sebab bidang ni to me is more practical. Macam accounting is not just theory, so semua benda ada steps yang kita kena follow, so you know what you're actually doing, if that makes sense.
Sorry Isna.
Yeah?
So you cakap macam you kena go apa more you have to imagine stuff masa ekonomi ni?
No, you just have to think, and there is no set of rules that you have to follow for economics. Like there are a bunch of theories about economics, and you just have to understand everything, and it just wasn't me.
Okay, but can I just quote you back that you said just now kan? The economy masa dekat sekolah tu kan is very basic. Okay, so care to explain more sebab saya tengok when I notice many students are very struggling when it comes to economy dekat sekolah. Okay, so what do you think? Ada apa link dia tu dengan what you have done and what you learn before?
So basically kan macam ekonomi asas kita belajar macam household punya ekonomi. Macam kalau dekat college when you go after school, kita belajar negara punya level punya ekonomi. So so to me masa sekolah household punya ekonomi tu senang lah. So macam macam very basic, macam boleh faham, macam you see that concept. Tapi kalau macam macroeconomics ni dia macam another level, macam I tak faham sangat. Macam dia kena banyak baca. So itulah sekolah.
Memang challenging betul lah when it comes to the nation punya economy, and then you have to betul-betul study ya. Okay, menarik. Okay, teruskan. Kenapa lagi accounting? You cakap tadi banyak juga kan.
One more thing yang I like about accounting is that kita tak guna matematik sangat dalam accounting. So you just follow the rules and you can just use the calculator. So calculator will do the work for you. So but then in economics banyak sangat mathematics, macam calculus, and saya dari sekolah lagi macam tak suka mathematics, and that's why I ended up with accounting.
So memang agak different path unexpected benda ni. Boleh tak you cerita sikit pengalaman you masa dekat sekolah? Okay, you ambil economy, so and then you saja cuba ke ataupun tiba-tiba memang minat macam tu?
Macam economics tu sebab dulu saya rasa senang, so saya macam tak ada exact minat dalam anything. So after sekolah tu saya memang macam apply je apa-apa, social science. So and then I thought economics was like a good option, I would say, masa tu. And so that's why I applied for economics. I actually got into foundation in economics dekat UIA masa tu.
UIA. Dia sempat masuk ke UIA dah sebelum tu?
I tak masuk pula, tapi macam I banyak apply untuk economics lah masa tu. I didn't know lah, I tak suka ke economics masa tu.
So oh ya, lain sikit ya. So talking about apa KYSB ya, apa College Yayasan Saat Business School. Okay. So would you like to tell us more macam mana dia punya application, and then how can you go from there? Macam mana you dapat after SPM tu, the process tu? So that we have so many students sekarang ni. Banyak student yang dah habis SPM, so some of them might be interested nak masuk ekonomi. So we brought one exact example that can share dengan kita semua ni. Okay. Go.
So that takes me to my next slide.
Okay.
So after SPM tu, as I said, I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I applied to like a lot of things. Saya apply banyak beasiswa, and one of them was JPA Mara. Saya sebenarnya apply JPA Mara untuk study social science dekat Jepun. But then saya dapat New Zealand untuk study economics, and I was like, oh okay, let's just go there. I just went with the flow, and masa for KYSB, JPA Mara boleh hantar banyak course tapi dalam commerce lah, business. Contohnya accounting, actuarial science, information systems and economics. I'm not sure if there's anything else. So I just went to KYS Business School under JPA Mara. But KYS ni adalah college swasta. So kalau siapa-siapa pun boleh je kalau you nak masuk tu, either under private or scholarship lah.
So you memang dah dapat scholarship daripada lepas SPM kan? So and then you proceed from there. Oh, so since you kata what was your feeling back then? Kan you tak dapat. So do you still hopeful for that part?
Untuk Japan?
So yelah. If I were in your shoes kan, I memang nak pergi Japan. Kalau tak, Korea. Macam tu.
Itulah masa dapat New Zealand ni sebenarnya, I was tak pernah dengar pun pasal New Zealand. I didn't know anything about New Zealand. Tapi tak dapat Japan tu memang macam sedih juga. Tapi macam sekarang, I would be studying social science kalau I dekat Japan. And mana tahu I tak suka pula kan social science tu, so maybe I'm miss now.
Oh iyalah, betul juga. It's a blessing in disguise juga lah. Okay, itulah something different juga. So you cakap macam ke Japan. Okay, kalau if you were given a chance, okay, so Japan and Korea, so which one would you choose?
Japan.
Oh, Japan.
I don't know why, but Japan.
Oh, okay. Alright, so next thing, what would you like to talk about this scholarship lagi? Apa lagi?
I don't really know. But KYSB ni kita buat foundation 1 tahun and then degree 1 tahun, and then dia macam basically a twinning program with New Zealand universities. So macam 2 years in Malaysia, 2 years in New Zealand. So I came to New Zealand in July 2019, and after
July.
2 years here,
July 2019. Oh, right before COVID, Okay, right before
COVID.
Okay. So 2 years in KY.
Can I ask something?
Yep.
Sure.
Okay, when you did your foundation, whereby is it in local university or in college, the same college as KYS, or what? Could you explain more on that?
Yes, in the same college. So I first started in KYS Business School during foundation in accounting, and then I moved and I also did a degree in KYS Business School. So basically 2 years in the same college.
I see. Okay. Just now you mentioned that basically you're not really into with academic, then you change with this accounting, right? What's actually trigger you to this accounting business or things like that? Is it because it's much easier than economy, or something else that maybe you think that your future is much more compromising rather than being economists, or what? Could you please share with us?
Yeah, so personally, I'm not the kind of student who, likes to explore things, like to think, like to read. So I'm personally a more to following the rules kind of girl. So
Alright.
uh,
So
so that's
yeah.
the difference between economics and
Yeah,
accounting.
so I can see that. So now you are in final year, right? So
Yeah.
how you cope up with everything that? So meaning that you are following the rules, is very obedient. I should say you are very obedient girl, right? That's good. So could you please share with others? Maybe they want to know more about how you cope up, with this kind of challenges, being far away from our home, you see. And now, especially during this pandemic, there's a lot of rules. There's a lot of SOP that you cannot go anywhere. You have to stuck there. And how you cope up with that? The challenges, being a student, being far away from your family, from home and everything. And yet you are surviving. Yes, you're still smiling.
Yeah, so actually I was when I was in Malacca, I was like very, 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 very homesick. Like I had to go home like every weekend. But then I've in New Zealand I haven't went home for like 2 years, so it's kind of an achievement for me. And I don't know. It's I didn't really find it challenging in terms of dealing with student life during a pandemic, because I'm quite privileged to be in New Zealand, where we're kind of free from COVID now. So life is just back to normal, and it's not really bad over here. Kind of enjoying my life here.
I see. So you have your vaccine? You have your vaccine already?
No, unfortunately not
Have
yet.
you vaccine?
Not yet, because
Okay. So meaning that. All right. So meaning that when you say that life is come back to basic, I mean, as before, meaning that they are okay, not like us. You see, that. Are you following what happened in Malaysia now? I mean, the environment, the weather, the people, the politics, the pandemics. It's got like, how about we still surviving, right? Yes. Okay. When you said about you are okay with that. So I mean, how about your friends? I mean, your lecturers. I mean, how you cook, how you eat. You cook your meal?
Oh yeah. Halal food is quite banyak juga lah dekat sini, sebab I'm not sure, because it's New Zealand quite famous for its export for meat industry. So like halal food is quite boleh senang dapat lah dekat sini.
Oh.
I see.
So you banyak kebab macam tu lah kot
Not just kebab, just a lot of just halal food everywhere.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah, because when you go somewhere, out from home, away from home, one of the necessity that you need to know is your food, right? What you eat, and your colleagues, your friends, you need to survive. And then you have to know about your peers and things like that. And if you are okay with that, then inshallah you survive as usual, especially you are a Muslim, right? We are very particular about our foods and the environment, how you want to pray and things like that, isn't it? So for now, where are you staying actually? Are you staying in a student's home or what?
No, I'm flatting with my fellow Malaysian students. So yeah.
Okay. So back to our topic beforehand, as Mr. Fadli asked. I mean, the criteria to get scholarship, right? Okay, Fadli, could you please elaborate more on that? Yeah, because
so Husna,
people interested to do that.
So macam mana you nak dapat lagi ni? So the scholarship, so any specific subject the student have to get, during SPM score very well in certain subject. Which one that would you like to recommend? Okay.
Right. So for GPA Mara, you have to get 7 A's minimum in SPM with no C's, I think. So just 7 A's and maximum 2 B's. It doesn't matter what your subjects are, as long as the rest are there, like BM, BI, science and stuff. Right. Actually, I have a slide for that. Okay. So And then after and if you get 7 A's, you apply, and then you'll get called to a student assessment center, macam interview macam tu lah. And then the interview is not too formal. A lot of group works. Macam you have to present your ideas, and everything is in a group. So you just have to push yourself. You have to stand out among others. Sebab to me, masa dekat interview tu, you have to think that no one is actually better than you. You're actually on the same level. Everyone is on the same level. So apa yang you what do you call that? You judge masa interview is how you present yourself, how you take initiative to volunteer and stuff. So yeah, that's the most important part.
So you had like a group interview, eh? You had like a group interview? Oh, okay. So you present idea, negotiate meetings. So those kind of interesting things. So it involves a lot of speaking, and so everything is done in English? Semua English kan?
There are 2 sessions. So the first one will be Malay, and then the second one will be in English.
Okay. Were there any solo interviews? Ada a few other panels, and then you alone, and then they will be asking and bombarding you with questions?
No, not for JPA Mara, but at least during my time lah. Sebab masa tu dia macam tanya pasal current issues, not just about macam dia tak tanya how your co-curricular activities ke apa, dia tak tanya. So dia tanya pasal current issues. Just make sure you know lah about current issues.
Current issues. Yeah, betul lah. Especially during this pandemic. So, I mean, we got a lot of current issues. And then maybe nowadays, I think JPA or any interview will be done online, right? Supposedly.
Yeah.
So, any tips about that one for the, interview session before you go for the interview that you want to share? What you did, I mean, maybe not done virtually, but, maybe what you have done before?
I think it's just important that you speak up during the sessions. Macam even during the preparation for presentation, you will be assessed. So macam how you contribute your ideas to your team will be assessed. Macam the interviewer will walk around the groups and see if you talk and if you like contribute your ideas, and then before the interview, all I did was like study on the current issues like bribery. I don't know, for example, now will be COVID and stuff like that. Just tell your experience and your opinion.
Interesting, different kind of style of interviews. Not everybody knows that part. Okay, and then you got into KYSB. So what did you do over there? So you got 1 year for foundation. So was it difficult, challenging? Was it fun to study in I think super expensive college juga kan?
Very expensive.
We know all the rumors.
Right. So you macam very privileged people lah studying there. During the first year of foundation, dia macam college tu adalah dekat a resort. I forgot the name, but it's a resort, and then foundation students will stay in a hotel room for a year. So
duduk hotel?
Yeah, in a resort.
1 tahun duduk hotel.
And you are fully sponsored, is it? From the beginning.
I'm fully sponsored. Yeah.
Wow.
Doktor Jack kita pun nak.
Yeah, I heard that this is very privileged. What they call it, college. It's only the have people lah selalunya dekat situ. So, I mean, you are the chosen one because normally somebody's kids lah, because it's quite expensive, right? Dia punya cost apa and everything, but I was so proud of you, because you are one of them. So how many actually? Your colleagues are being flight to New Zealand course.
And my
You
batch,
are one of them. How many of you are actually for this course?
Yep.
Yeah.
So in my batch ada dalam 60 people, 60 students.
From KYS flight to New Zealand.
From KYS. And then the same batch goes to New Zealand.
I see. So 60 of you fly to New Zealand from KYS, is it?
Yep, that's correct.
So that's mean that you are very at ease because you have your colleagues, right? With you, even you are in New Zealand, you still have your colleagues, right? In your foundation, so meaning that you are know them already, so it won't be like strangers, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay. Taklah sedih sangat kan ada kawan-kawan from Malaysia.
Yes. You have your foundation for 2 years, is it, before you fly to New Zealand?
Foundation 1 year and then 1 year degree in Melaka juga.
I see. All right. So 2 years with them already, then you fly to New Zealand for how long? Another 2 years?
For 2 years.
How many years? 2 years.
2 years.
Is it?
It's a twinning program, so 2 years in Malaysia and 2 years in New Zealand.
I see. Okay. So you are almost done, isn't it? So this is your final year. When you are going to finish it?
I've actually finished my final exam like last 2 weeks. So I've basically graduated now. Just
wow,
waiting for results.
Congratulations. So you are going. You are waiting for your convocation.
No, just waiting for my results because I'm actually going home in 2 weeks. So I tak sempat lah pergi convocation.
I see. So you can't wait for your convocation, is it?
It's quite complicated lah because you have to renew your visa and stuff. So I just go.
I see. All right.
Okay.
So they will pass. They will pass your result. Post your result. Or put it in what you call it, e-cert. Like in eDIDIK, we have all your e-cert.
They will deliver it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So anything else you want to share? Okay, now basically we are talking about your scholarship, your experience during your foundation, your school. Now, and what happened to the surrounding? Tell us more about your surrounding because we are in Malaysia. We have different culture, we have different environment, we have different weather. So I was told that yesterday you said now it's weather, winter, isn't it?
Yeah, it's winter.
So how's the weather? How cold is it? So could you please explain more? Because now we only feel cold only because
so New Zealand winter is not as hot as other countries, especially because I'm in the North Island. If you can see it, this is the North Island and this is where I'm at in Auckland. The North Island is not as cold as the South Island. Macam kat sini winter dia paling sejuk pun 9 Celsius. Dia pun macam tak adalah, tak perlu pun pakai jaket tebal-tebal sebab tak sejuk sangat pun. So macam okey lah, tapi lepas tu summer dia pun tak terlalu panas, tak sepanas Malaysia. Summer dia still sejuk. So it's the weather is quite good lah kat sini.
So you boleh handle lagi the situation over there.
Boleh lah, tak ada lah sampai.
I see.
Did you experience snow over there?
No, kat sini tak banyak sangat snow. Dekat North Island kita tak ada snow. Snow cuma dekat South Island. But then I just came back from South Island last week. Masa tu pun tak ada snow lagi. So wasn't that luck.
Tak apa, nanti kita pergi mana-mana tempat lain banyak snow lagi kan. boleh. So Husna, before we proceed, Sand Island apa tadi dia kata?
South.
Oh, South Island. South Island. Okay. From the map. Okay. Right. So before we proceed with your video, next Husna. So ada iklan sikit. So everyone. So kita dari pihak eDIDIK, kita memerlukan pendapat rakan-rakan untuk menambah baik apa sahaja berkenaan eDIDIK, terutamanya bengkel yang dijalankan. So salurkan pendapat anda di link yang akan diberikan pada anda di dalam chat box nanti. Okay. Right. This program juga eDIDIK sponsor kita dengan ada satu sijil yang akan diberikan pada penghujung rancangan kita pada hari ini. Alright. So Maida, sama-sama kita teruskan lagi ni Husna punya pengalaman di New Zealand secara lebih spesifik ya. Okay.
Right. Okay. So dekat New Zealand ni, nature is like their biggest treasure. So banyak tempat yang you boleh explore, dari hutan ke laut, semua cantik-cantik. Tapi like the catch is that you kena jalan a lot untuk pergi semua tempat ni. For example, in this picture, it's a frozen lake, a glacier, I would say. And we had to walk for like 3 hours to get there. Just to see that.
Wow.
Yeah. And you have so you have to be physically prepared if you want to travel in New Zealand. It's a lot of walking. Tak banyak tempat yang you parking terus sampai. Tak banyak tempat macam tu. Memang kena jalan. And dekat New Zealand ni, you're always close to the sea, meaning that mana-mana you pergi memang you're surrounded with sea. Macam for example, rumah I 10 minutes away je from the closest beach, and it's a beautiful beach. So macam kalau tiba-tiba hari ni bangun nak pergi pantai, boleh je pergi, macam naik bas 10 minit je. That's what I enjoyed lah. Lepas tu, one more thing that I enjoyed is that the locals are very, very friendly. Macam kalau you jalan kat mana-mana, kat luar, dia orang akan senyum, tanya how are you, walaupun tak kenal, macam very macam strangers, macam boleh borak dengan strangers. So macam first I datang kat sini, I macam kenapa takut? Sebab macam kat Malaysia macam kita tak tegur orang tak kenalan, but that's one of the most interesting things about New Zealand lah. And just some pictures from my trip. So beautiful views, and then this picture, we had to walk 5 hours.
5 hours.
Yes.
Walking 5 hours.
Just have to be prepared, and this is just Malaysian students celebrating Raya last year. Was it last year? Oh yeah, it's last year. So yeah, basically, and I have a video to show. Hope it works. Right, so macam dalam video ni kita nampak attraction kat New Zealand memang semua alam semula jadi yang memang cantik, especially sunset dengan sunrise dia memang cantik. And also if you notice ada video of shirtless guys tadi, tu adalah Maori performance called Kapahaka, yang basically I would say macam syair lah kat Malaysia, dia in which dia orang bercerita dalam bahasa Maori tapi ada dance and stuff. And if you don't know, Maori ni adalah natives of New Zealand, so culture diorang sangat treasured and sangat-sangat penting dekat New Zealand, sangat dihargai lah.
Any Maori words yang you can share with us today yang you tahu?
There is this one would be Kiora. Kiora means
Kiora?
Kiora, yeah. It's spelled Kia-ora, but we pronounce it as Kiora.
Oh, okay. What does it mean?
It means hello. Hello, hi.
Oh, hello. Okay. Kirosna. Macam tu lah. Alright. Okay. Husna, before you proceed, we have one question from the audience. I just saw. Can I just? Okay. This. Wait a minute. This one. Okay. Is it hard to blend with other cultures over there? From Muhammad Fahid. That's a really interesting question. Okay.
Blending in the culture. Not too hard, because actually where I'm based at in Auckland is very diverse. Macam banyak je orang international, I would say. Macam orang Asian ada macam-macam lah culture. So macam tak ada lah. I didn't find it challenging lah, sebab it's really diverse. Macam kat Malaysia juga macam banyak kaum, kat sini pun banyak kaum. And they are very, very accepting. Macam tak adalah nak judge kita pakai tudung ke. Macam okay je semua.
Interesting. Okay. What about in terms of, when you go shopping over there, so is it easy for you to communicate, finding your stuff, especially when we are looking for kita ada another question lagi. Okay. This one is another statement. So okay, what about in terms of shopping tadi? Okay, what do you think? Shopping,
maksudnya saya tak faham.
So when you go shopping kan, you want to get your stuff, you nak beli apa barang apa semua tu, is it over there easy? It's like you said lah, you nak cari barang yang halal kan, kat sana ada banyak kan. Okay, so but the taste, what about the taste? Is it the same kalau you cook tu?
Kalau
apa paling distinctive?
Kalau macam food, macam I tak kisah sangat pasal food, tapi macam kalau in terms of shopping for clothes, the sizes are a bit bigger than Asian sizes. It's like their Western things, like their small size for clothes would be like medium in Asian size. So I just found that a bit tricky lah masa beli baju and stuff.
So you boleh pergi kat bahagian kids.
Yeah, children's department.
Betul Dr. Chan. Betul.
Yeah. This is what they used to say, I mean the Malaysian student who have small size like Husna, so they will go to the children department, because that's the term. If you go to the adults department, women or men, their size is much bigger than us.
Yeah, I actually do that. I actually buy a lot of children's clothes, and they are cheaper.
Yeah. So this one
my
question.
God! So
can you perform Hakka dance? Can you, Husna?
Sorry?
Can you perform Hakka dance? That's one of the questions from the audience.
Hakka dance. Oh no, I haven't. Unfortunately, I haven't tried because Hakka dance.
Yeah, okay. The one is like what you said. It's like dance, but I thought that there's another one. When they want to start like playing what you call it, football, and what you call it, they play football or something. They have something like a scream. What was that they call it?
Yeah, that's a different.
Is it?
So the one that.
Yeah.
The one that I said, I showed earlier is Paka Haka. So it's and the one that you said is Haka. Paka Haka is like Syair. Paka Haka is Syair, and Haka itself is just like a chant. I'm not sure, but it's like a respectful thing. Like you chant when you're protecting something, for example.
I see.
So
it's like a chant.
Thing. Yeah, it's a chant.
Yeah, because sometimes when you start a game, when they play football, or when they play what you call it, something like hearting, and they will start with that. It's like a charm or scream, to give
chanting, macam tu.
Yeah.
That shows that you're here, you're ready to fight. Macam tu lah.
Yeah.
Dia macam different, banyak very specific different culture over there. Very interesting. Okay, we got one more question from Nohayati Yahya. Di sana ramai juga kan community Malaysia? Adakah senior banyak membantu Cik Husna di sana?
Ramai memang ramai sangat orang Malaysia sini. I pun tak sure kenapa tapi ramailah orang Malaysia. Ramai yang kerja, ramai yang study. So masa I first datang pun memang senior yang bawa jalan-jalan, tunjuk kat mana nak beli barang halal, carikan rumah. Emang banyaklah depend dekat sini first datang.
And then during festival macam Hari Raya?
Betul-betul.
Hari Raya tu macam mana?
Hari Raya biasanya kami akan gather macam students Malaysia. Ada je tempat lain yang macam Malaysian community tapi so kita orang dekat city.
You have Malaysian Hall? You have Malaysian Hall there?
Saya dekat Auckland, so Malaysian Hall dekat Wellington. Auckland bukan ibu negara, so kalau nak pergi Malaysian Hall kena naik flight untuk ke Wellington. So kita orang basically.
Oh, you mean how long? How far?
Just 1
hour. It's quite far, right?
Yeah.
Kalau flight 1 hour juga, jauh juga kan.
Kalau naik kereta dah 7 jam.
Macam daripada JB ke mana tu? Perak. Kalau naik flight.
Betul.
JB ke KL is about half an hour. So half an hour maybe macam pergi ke Penang ke macam tu tak? So Penang, Perak.
Betul.
So jauh lah. Kalau just imagine JB to Penang is like 400 something plus kilometers. So that's mean that like 300 kilometers something like that. I'm doing the estimation. Okay, jauh tu. Kalau on road kan.
So kita basically emang students Malaysia akan kumpul and then kita buat potluck. So macam rumah ni masak rumah tu masak nasi impit macam tu lah.
Okay. So, ada soalan tu, dia cakap New Zealand zero case COVID-19, right? Is it zero case, Husna?
Yep. Alhamdulillah currently zero case. Our last community case was in March.
Okay, could you please share with us apa sebenarnya yang diorang, I mean the local and you all yang what you call it practice every day, I mean to have this kind of numbers, zero. Macam tu. Sebab kalau kita tengok kat Malaysia ni, kita dah masuk dah PKP 3.0 and then macam-macam PKPD lah and everything, and yet numbers keep increasing and it's quite scary juga kan kat luar sana. And even this morning pun dia cakap, this morning dalam berita dia cakap, there's one question, dia kata kenapa makin teruk especially di Selangor, okay, number of positive COVID ni makin tinggi. Dia cakap sebab dia buat sasaran berfokus. Bila dia buat saringan percakapan fokus. Jadi saya nak tanya macam Husna di sana, apa sebenarnya practicality yang dia orang buat sampai boleh kosong, sedangkan dia orang pun have life juga macam kita, things like that. Is it their discipline? Is it how they dia punya what they call it practice dia hygiene and everything, and macam mana dia punya communication, socializing and everything? Boleh tak share dengan kita orang, nak tahu juga kan? Macam tu.
So saya rasa the most important thing that the government did was like every time ada at least, even kalau ada satu case pun kita terus lockdown. So like one case won't like spread to other people. So macam tu lah, kita banyak jugalah lockdown, macam kadang-kadang 2 minggu je lockdown, seminggu sebab kalau ada seorang lockdown, seorang positif, memang akan lockdown the entire city lah.
Macam kita ni dah berpuluh beratus baru nak lockdown. Itu pun macam ada juga. So when you talk about lockdown, okay, lockdown macam banyak tau term lockdown ni. Lockdown tapi masih boleh berjalan, masih boleh berniaga. But how about in New Zealand? When they say lockdown, how they describe the word lockdown? Is it same like Malaysia or
dekat New Zealand lockdown literally means lockdown. Jadi semua benda tutup. You tak boleh keluar rumah unless nak pergi beli barang je. Memang kedai lain semua tutup. Groceries dengan pharmacies je buka, and hospital of course. So memang kalau you keluar pun tak ada benda nak buat. So memang semua orang terpaksa lah duduk rumah je.
So how about the factories, the industrial punya activities? Do they still have on? I mean like us kan, walaupun lockdown tapi masih lagi banyak kilang yang Itulah yang tak faham tu. Kita tak boleh nak cerita macam-macam nanti kan. Tapi this is what happen. They should know, they should be alert kan tengok dengan luar sana. Berbanding dengan kita punya lockdown 1.0, saya rasa itu yang paling efektif berbanding dengan 3.0 sekarang kan. So maksudnya bila lockdown tu maksudnya totally lockdown except what you mentioned just now lah. Hospital, pharmacies and groceries untuk survival punya kan. Tak adalah kilang-kilang ke apa. Memanglah kalau kita tengok banyak benda yang akan dapat negatif ataupun menyebabkan kita macam yelah kita tak boleh berniaga apa semua kan. Tapi actually sebenarnya itulah the initial what you call it action kan. Sepatutnya bila kata lockdown betul-betul lah kan. Ini tidak lockdown tapi masih ada
lockdown.
Yes, it's like 1.0 punya lockdown. Tapi what happened is 3.0 tapi dengan alasan ekonomi kita and everything. And yet you see what happened? This is a very good example sebenarnya kan. Makin teruk. Tapi kalau tengok di New Zealand actually it's a very good example right. People now tends like to live as before, not even 100% but at least you are like 90 something percent kan. Dah boleh hidup dengan keadaan yang selamat sebelum pandemik. Tapi saya harapkan macam itulah harapnya Malaysia boleh buat. Tapi kita sekarang macam-macam banyak dia punya version dia, banyak dia punya perception, stand and everything. So what we can have is like we pray for the best lah, and then of course not just praying but also with the action. Dan kita harapkan orang-orang di sana yang berkepentingan dia punya stakeholders tu please take action lah, take not with all this thing kan. Kalau kita tengok di luar sana, di overseas, di tempat EU kan, macam dia orang boleh dah control. Kerana apa? Sebenarnya pertama ialah disiplin kan. From internal daripada diri sendiri, and then juga bukan sendiri social shock sendiri tapi juga dengan government. So government and the people themselves they collaborate kan, bersama-sama untuk membentras. Tetapi apa yang berlaku di Malaysia ni sekarang, kita banyak sangat dia punya mazhab dia, version dia kan. Bila orang kata A, ada pula kata B, ada kata C dan sebagainya. Macam-macam. Even nak dapat vaksin pun ada macam-macam je mazhab kan. Tetapi kalau di luar sana, bila kata A, sebabnya kenapa? Sebabnya untuk kepentingan bersama, betul tak? Jadi kalau you dah dapat lockdown macam ni, semua kes pun dah zero, Masya Allah. Alright, of course lah, economy and everything will bloom up as before, right? Itulah dia. Jadi kita harapkan rakan-rakan di luar sana dengan perkongsian husna tu kita membuka mata kita, minda kita. Sebenarnya kita perlu ada kolaborasi dalam membuat sesuatu keputusan, dalam satu aksi supaya apa yang kita harapkan memang akan dapat dicapai. Tu ada orang lagi tanya tu dekat luar sana, betul ke orang New Zealand sembelih semua haiwannya? So it was easy to get or to have raw food there, right? Is it, Husna?
Sembelih as in halal?
When that is what. This is one question, right? Sembelih is as halal or is sembelih by sembelih, without halal things.
Tapi memang banyak lah sebab as I said before, New Zealand memang export dia punya meat to other countries including Muslim countries. So diorang memang akan diorang ada halal slaughterman untuk oversee the process. So basically banyak jugalah plan halal.
So diorang pun ada juga ambil yang this halal food kan, they prefer.
Betul-betul.
Okay, any working experience while studying there? Ini seronok nak dengar.
Internship. Internship. Pergi dekat fast food ke. Kan?
So my first job in
dekat fast food ke.
Saya kerja basically Airbnb. Dia macam senang jugalah sebab you work you work by yourself. You just macam 2 jam you bersihkan satu apartment. So macam okay lah, and then good money jugalah for students. And then last year I took up a part-time job as an assistant accountant. So macam betul-betul kerja lah pula kan. Lepas tu and kita boleh kerja 20 jam under the international student rules. So 20 jam in a week. So banyak lah juga yang kita boleh buat.
Wow, that's
dah banyak juga dapat kan.
Minimum wage is high, right?
Kan, betul. And then
tadi Dr. Chia
call it assimilate the local kan, sebab
Tadi Dr. Jah ada cakap
Yes,
pasal apa
Fadli?
vaksin kan? Ada about vaksin tu kan. So Husna, what about vaksin in New Zealand?
Untuk New Zealand dia punya vaksin roll out quite slow. I don't know why. Sebab probably sebab kita tak ada case, so dia tak urgent sangat kot. Tapi dah start lah sikit. So dia macam orang punya group yang macam normal tak ada disease 18 years old above tu start in August. So saya tak sempat lah nak ambil vaksin kat sini, so I'll probably go home and get the vaccine in Malaysia lah.
I see. So you see, we have another findings juga kan, you nampak tak? Yalah, memang kita sibuk dengan vaksin, tapi
betul.
sebenarnya whatever it is, another finding, I can what you call it, I can assume that sebenarnya satu lagi sebenarnya antara kerajaan dengan individu itu sendiri kan, bila dia ada satu je macam you kata tadi positif, terus lockdown. Kita tak tunggu sampai 10, 20, 100, 200 baru kita declare lockdown dan sebagainya kerana dengan alasan ekonomi. So you see what happened? Nampak tak? As you said just now, you kata bukan vaksin slow dekat sana. Maksudnya dia orang bukanlah hadap untuk vaksin juga, tetapi actually the people, isn't it? The people themselves. Kan? People themselves. Yes, people themselves sepatutnya ada disiplin, bukan setakat kita ikut orang, tapi sebenarnya dalam dulu kan, dalam diri seseorang dan juga kerajaan sendiri collaborate each other. Dan barulah masuk vaksin kan. Macam kita ni, kita macam nak erat vaksin, tapi diri sendiri kita tak ada disiplin kan. Sampai doktor pun cakap, dia kata awak dah vaksin 2 kali dah, you jangan ingat you boleh pergi sana sini. So nampak tak, itu pun reminding of ourselves juga. Disiplin kita kan, bukan maksudnya itu adalah satu grant untuk kita keluar sana, merayak sana sini kan, bukan. Tapi tengok apa yang berlaku di New Zealand, begitu juga dengan Brunei kalau kita kata New Zealand tu jauh lagi kan, tapi di Brunei tu kita punya jiran, macam mana mereka mendisiplinkan diri, kerajaan mereka juga kan dapat membenteras, bukannya mereka tak ada orang luar kan, mereka pun ada juga foreigners tapi ada mereka juga boleh bendung. Kita sebenarnya actually back to our as a Muslim, we back to our Al-Quran dengan ahadis. Sebab tu dia kata salah satu yang saya nampak terkesan pada diri, dia kata kita kena tiap hari baca Al-Quran. Bila bukan setakat baca tapi kita kena tadabbur semua, jadi kita tahu apa benda yang diceritakan Al-Quran sebenarnya dah berlaku sekarang kan. Jadi kadang-kadang kita mungkin lupa, saya pun ingatkan diri sendiri juga, kadang-kadang kita lupa sebab kita rasa kita sibuk dengan dunia tapi kita lupa apa sebenarnya, this is only a temporary, right? We forgot our hereafter life. Itulah kadang-kadang bila kita lupa sebenarnya Allah nak ingatkan kita kan. Itu yang berlaku. Tapi maksudnya bila Husna share your experience, your life dekat sana, sebenarnya nampak satu different thing tau. Buat mana bukannya kita kata declare negara kita negara Islam, tapi what happen is the other way around kan. Tapi di sana Husna bukan negara Islam, tapi what they have it is another thing juga, yang maksudnya perlu buka minda kita, betul tak? You have a
Islam
very
punya culture kan.
Yes, you have a very small group, and then Muslim group, but then yet dia orang live dengan tenang apa semua kan. Jadi macam itulah, jadi kita harapkan kat sini insyaAllah lah kita kena banyak bersabar, tapi pada masa yang sama apa aja, yes, one day we're going to have our life back, but again it should be we need to learn the lesson, right? Lesson well, learn the lesson well. Yes, Husna. Yes, apa lagi soalan tu? What is your advice for student going through PDPR COVID ni? Husna, anything that you want to share with the students? Betul kadang-kadang dia orang stres, banyak benda-benda yang tak elok berlaku sampai satu tahap mereka ingin nak bunuh diri dan sebagainya sebab mereka tak mampu nak kawal stres. So adakah apa-apa Husna boleh bagi advice untuk diorang, sebab ramai saya rasa yang di luar sana tu student juga dengan mak bapak student yang dengar ni kan. Yes.
Saya sebenarnya pengalaman study COVID ni dah satu semester je dekat sini, so saya tak adalah macam banyak sangat tips, but I think if you're struggling, then reach out for help. Your friends are always there to help you, your teachers are always there. You just have to reach out to people and ask for help.
Yes, okay. Yeah, bila we struggle, we need to have friends, but not just friends, but the right friends. Sebab kadang-kadang kawan ni ada banyak kawan kan, tapi kita kena cari kawan yang betul. Sometimes bukannya dia boleh settlekan masalah tu, tapi at least they can they can be a good listeners, pendengar yang baik. Sebab everything inside our heart ni nobody knows, right? Tapi we need to talk to a right person. Macam tu lah, especially student dekat luar sana yang macam-macam terpaksa tempuh mungkin dalam keadaan COVID ni.
PDPR.
Keluarga mereka dan sebagainya. Yes, especially PDPR kan, dengan cikgu, dengan anak murid, dengan ibu bapa. Sebenarnya for your information, PDPR ni not focusing on student aja dengan cikgu, tapi sebenarnya dengan ibu bapa sekali kena belajar. So maksudnya is already dah PDPR 3.0 ni kan, dengan ibu ayah pun dah tahu dah macam mana nak onkan Google Meet, nak prepare especially student. Yes, student, primary student kan, mereka bukan Zoom macam tu. Ibu ayah yang kena sediakan anak-anak dia, macam tu lah. Jadi these are the thing yang sebenarnya kadang-kadang sebelum ni kita rasa tak kisah pun kan, especially parents lah. Some parents, I'm not making generalization, but some parents, okay, once they send their kids to school, okay, that's it.
Teachers handle
kan,
semua.
okay, cikgu akan yes, everything. But now we cannot do that. The parents cannot do that anymore because what, they need to know what happened, how to handle the student, how to prepare the teaching and learning punya environment dekat rumah. Itulah kadang-kadang kita bersyukur sebenarnya, walaupun ramai orang tengok pandemik ni satu musibah, sebenarnya dia banyak hasilkan juga hikmah kan. Jadi kita harapkan kalau kita lihat ni sebagai satu hikmah, insyaAllah kita akan sentiasa berfikiran positif dan kita sentiasa always looking forward to a new things, new paradigm, new things, new sharing and everything. Jadi barulah kita menjadi seorang orang yang bersemangat. Daripada kita rasa macam kita give up, kita stress. Memang of course when you talk about stress tak pernah ada yang surut di sana. Tapi macam mana kita nak handle dia, betul tak? Husna, especially you all kat sana, tapi you all with colleagues, ada kawan-kawan, ada sahabat kat sana, of course bersama-sama. Jadi maksudnya macam Husna cakap tadi lah kan, kita perlu reach out to people, talk, speak out your mind, what is actually you tak puas hati dan sebagainya, jangan simpan dalam hati. Paling tidak bila kita solat kita pun cakap pada Allah, tell him kan, kita macam ni, because if others can't listen you, he will listen you. Right? Itu yang penting kan. So that's mean kita back to basic as a Muslim, right? Yes. Apa lagi tu?
COVID banyak hikmah, betul.
Ya. Tu ada soalan tu lagi Yusna. Dia kata terbaik untuk explore New Zealand dan kosnya. Wah, ini nak kaki pelancong ni kan. Simpan duit dulu kan sekarang ni.
Betul-betul simpan. New Zealand is quite expensive lah untuk travel. So kita kena simpan banyak-banyak duit.
So dia punya currency berapa I nak tak tengok sangat. Is it 4?
No, tak sampai 4. I think 3 kot, 3.
Oh, macam dekat Brunei tak? Brunei and Singapore.
Brunei.
Ya, kan? Brunei and Singapore dia Brunei dollar 3+.
Rasa jugalah kalau ada anak-anak.
Kan? Jadi masa itulah memang sangatlah. Okay, jadi bila time COVID ni
kena banyak simpan duit. COVID ni boleh simpan, COVID boleh simpan.
So yes, and then how about you now? Okay, once you're done with it, you are going back to Malaysia in 2 weeks time, right? So do you have any intention to go back to New Zealand, or do you have any intention to work there, or do you have any intention to have something? Yeah, because are you in love with that country, or you think Malaysia is much more than that, or share your feelings. Why not?
Well, to be sebab New Zealand ni macam banyak sangat macam the attraction is alam semula jadi. So but I'm more like a city girl. So I like living in the city.
Okay.
I don't think New Zealand is for me actually.
I see. So you have been brought up in city life?
Sorry?
I see. So do you want to say that you are brought up in a city life? Is it where, in JB or where?
No, I grew up in Selangor. Tak adalah city sangat tapi boleh lah. But then I moved to Johor, dia macam kampung sikit. So yeah. I like life.
Yeah, alright. There's one question saying that ada tak keluarga angkat adopt? I mean foster parent. The word is foster parent, because some university they have like college provide untuk foster parents because they want you to assimilate, to assimilate with the culture, with the local. So do you have that?
Tak
have
sure.
parents?
Saya tak ada, tapi tak sure lah ada tak program macam tu, tapi saya tak join lah.
I see. Yeah, because macam in UK, they have like foster parent so that the student can assimilate with the local, Tak adalah dia orang luar sana cakap bahasa dia, macam balik-balik sama juga bunyi dia kan. Macam
Malaysia juga.
ada foster parents kan, of course lah. Kita bukan nak jadi macam dia, tapi kita belajar especially their culture, especially their language. Yes. Even the accent pun kan, macam tu. Tak adalah kita balik-balik terus sebabnya penting sebabnya kalau macam as an educators lah, macam saya dengan Cikgu Fadli kan, something yang sangat kita boleh share dengan student, right? Macam tu. Okay.
Different sikit, betul? Yeah. So Husna, would you like to move on to the second video?
Yep. So, sorry, this is not the one.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, this is the one. Okay. This is just a fun video I made with my friends.
Oh, tu belajar masak
너의 손을 잡고 어디든지 go 언제든 you're always by my side 사람들 사이를 뒤집고 헤엄쳐 떠나자 홀레 holiday 눈앞에 오션뷰 너만 있어 말리부 사질 수 없기는 너만 있으면 거기야 말해주기 싫지 어때 그렇게 되지 아직은 no way 너나 보면 장난치고 싶은 내맘 같은 거 Baby 나는 다르잖아 알고 있으니 좀 걱정스러운 눈빛이 보여 Baby 그러지 않아도 더 열가지 널 위해서 준비한 내 맘 너의 손을 잡고 어디든지 go 언제든 you always by my side 사람들 사이를 뒤집고 헤엄쳐 떠나자
That's it. Okay.
Wow. Yeah, that is very interesting. Your life with your friends, outing, is it masa tu outing ke mana tu?
Road trip. Road trip
I see. So ada question tu dekat luar, dia kata Husna boleh kongsi tak perbezaan bandar di Auckland, right, and in Malaysia? Maybe maybe dia mana tu?
Bandar Auckland dengan Malaysia.
Compare dari segi fizikal ke atau compare macam mana? Saya pun
okay lah. So Auckland ni dia macam one of the biggest city in New Zealand, but sebenarnya dia lagi kecil daripada KL. So dia New Zealand ni country dia kecil je. So macam walaupun Auckland ni busy, dia tak as busy as KL for example. So and then ada the public transportation is quite good juga. And you can go anywhere naik bus je. So I pun travel everywhere naik bus je, tak perlu kereta, especially in the city. So yeah, probably one of the comparison that I can make.
Okay, then what you just stated on your slide, you say what I enjoy a local student body for international students. What do you mean by that? And relax in the culture when you don't have to address your professor formally, not like Malaysia, it's all formal things like that.
Yeah.
So can you explain on that more Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so the first time masa kita first sampai masa orientation macam tu, international students akan dipairkan dengan local students. So local student ni akan tolong kita navigate New Zealand, macam dia akan ajar kita macam nak beli kad bus, macam nak naik bus, lepas tu macam nak isi borang apa-apa ke, macam legal documents kan. Lepas tu kita boleh tanya apa-apa je lah dekat local student tu, and then if you click you can be friends with them. And then for the relaxed uni culture is that if you want to talk with your lecturers, you just have to call their names. Macam for example, you can just say hi Mike instead of Professor or Dr. Mike. Lagipun diorang macam kalau kita panggil dia Professor or Doctor, diorang macam rasa too distant, macam diorang pun uncomfortable. Macam dia tak suka too formal, so macam you just have to be casual lah around them. So it's quite easy to talk to them because it's quite casual. It's easier to ask questions and stuff. So yeah, it's what I enjoyed lah.
So dia macam very, that's your culture kan over there kan?
Memang dia panggil nama je.
So what else that you do dekat masa you study over there? So
Okay, so macam first I datang macam I banyak join club events macam volunteering, and then masa volunteer tu you boleh lah macam jumpa kawan baru, macam mix with the locals lah. Lepas tu macam lama-lama I macam dah malas so I dah tak pergi. Don't be like me.
I see. Right. And then ada one question tu, dia kata kenapa New Zealand flag has a British flag inside? Apa tu maksud dia?
British flag? I'm not sure about that. Tak pernah fikir pula.
And then your university tu itu apa? Ware Wanaga or
Wananga Utamaki Makara. That's Maori language.
Maori language. What is the meaning of that?
The University of the University of Auckland. Just a translation.
The translation of Maori language, the University of Auckland. Wow, it's totally different, isn't it? There's no word of Auckland there.
So no Tamaki Makarau means Auckland.
Tamaki.
Tamaki
Makarau. Yeah.
Oh, that one is Auckland University.
Wanaga University. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wanare is the university?
I guess. It should be the university. So
Wanaga is the university. Is off, right? Tamaki Makro is the Auckland. It's Commonwealth, right? It's the Commonwealth. It's been amended before by the British. Tapi they have that flag inside it.
The British flag. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Good sharing. So ada lagi soalan daripada Nur Azlin Zaina. Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam. Ada tak dapat keluarga angkat? Tadi Husna dah jawab. Okay, tak apa. Because sometimes our uni or college provide that. Okay. Maybe help you in terms of culture, dia kata tadi. Okay. You tak okay. You nak respond balik
maybe ada program tu tapi I tak join. And I pun tak tahu. Maybe ada lah.
Okay, moving on to the next slides. Do you have
So this is my university, this is my faculty, the business school, and then this is the general library where we study and stuff. University of Auckland ni macam an old university jugalah, so bangunan dia macam dah lama juga, historic sikit. And then this is our lecture hall. I have actually a video about this so we can see in detail. This is my friend's video. I just curi from her. You can just watch.
part is where you can so there's a few things here that you can eat. See that there's a general library. It's where you will be studying. There's also lecture halls here, where the lecture hall is like not always one, but there's a book hall. Tutorial.
That's my university.
Wow, so impressive. Alright, by looking at it, right? Sangat menarik, sangat, and it's clean also, it's modern, right? The buildings are modern. And then, okay, macam you all ni kan as a student, bila cakap pasal student, bila cakap pasal luar sana, kita teringat pasal keselamatan diri kan, our safety. How the safety level over there? I mean, being alone, being single, how is it? How you survive with that? Perlu keluar tu macam mana, you know, because it's different from here, right? Macam mana? Kalau jenayah dia, adakah terkawal ataupun it's okay? If for example like myself, I went to Dubai and then the local said it's okay for you to go alone even pukul 12 malam tu sebab dekat sana dia mengamalkan hukum hudud. Jadi dia cakap kalau banding dengan Malaysia, dia buat banding tu. Banding dengan Malaysia, memang dia orang tak beranilah buat macam ini. Macam tu. Jadi sekarang nak tanya pula dekat New Zealand tu macam mana? Dari segi safety, macam mana tu? Kalau dari segi safety lah, sebab di sana lain kan. Jadi boleh tak Husna share?
Good question.
Boleh tahan safe. Saya berani jugalah untuk jalan seorang-seorang. Tapi saya pun malam-malam saya tak keluar, tak berani lah pula nak jalan seorang-seorang sebab saya takut jugalah. Tapi macam okay je sebenarnya, you're safe lah. Macam kalau macam ada orang kacau pun maybe macam orang mabuk macam tu je, you just walk away lah kalau ada orang macam tu. Jadi setakat ni alhamdulillah tak ada lagi lah yang pelik-pelik.
That's very good. You know, sebab kalau kita tengok dia punya environment, university sangat kondusif kan. Dengan tu memang menarik minat untuk student kat luar sana, anak-anak kalau nak sambung belajar dekat New Zealand kan. Jadi actually it's good sharing lah untuk ibu bapa, untuk anak-anak, untuk mereka sambung. Jadi actually you like a role model or you are like an agent or macam kita wakil lah kan untuk attract lagi student untuk belajar. Yeah, maybe before they're not really being exposed, you know. It's like what you call it, first-hand knowledge from the student itself who still staying in New Zealand, right? So diharapkan sebenarnya membuka minda lagi anak-anak atau ibu bapa untuk memastikan anak mereka fly dekat sana, belajar dekat sana. Selalu kita mungkin kata kita UK, US, you know. So macam New Zealand is something different. Macam tu. Selalu kita teringat ataupun kita hanya didiakan macam dari segi environment, dari segi dia punya apa tu, kecantikan physical, macam like you Husna, you're not really into it, kan? Tapi some people they love adventure environment like Masa. I love that. I love the environment because memang sangat nature kan, with the dia punya orang dia, Maori dia, you know, sebab because when I look at it tadi pun dekat di University pun ada perkataan Maori kan, macam it's like a second language in there, right? First is English.
Dia punya betul.
Maori dengan English lah.
Yeah, because kita BM dengan BI lah. So because dia ada English and then translation is in Maori. So you see how they really respect dia orang punya origin dia orang punya orang-orang di sana kan. Jadi maksudnya memang sangat suatu yang pendedahan yang baik lah. Selalu kita lihat kalau kita tengok dekat UK, kat US, lain pendedahan dia. Sekarang bila kita tengok dekat New Zealand, wow, it's something different. Dia punya approach dia different kan, macam tu. And then kalau sebagai student pun approach dia macam ni. So maksudnya dia orang pun macam parents tak adalah macam wawas sangat nak hantar anak dia ke sana kan. Kalau kita lihat. Tapi it's like Auckland. Maybe Auckland ni pun represent juga other places in New Zealand. Ya, yeah, cara pembelajaran dia atau environment dia. Can you say on that, Husna?
Maksudnya difference
Auckland
in Auckland
is it represent?
I
mean, Auckland ni is it? Yeah, places for is it like that? Or macam mana?
Should be the same. My friends dekat universiti lain pun lebih kurang je macam tu lah, university experience dia lebih kurang je.
Yeah, okay. So ada soalan tu, dia kata bagaimana penerimaan New Zealander kepada orang Asia. So I think you already answered that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. That's right. Yeah, okay. They are okay for
very positive,
I just want to share yeah, because I want to share your experience when I did my PhD. I did present a paper in Poland. Poland is actually third world bawah Russia dulu kan, ke negara komunis. So you just imagine I'm from UK, I nak fly ke Poland tu. Bila sampai ke dia punya airport tu kan, kita masuk lah. Dia masuk tu bayangkan I was interrogate, you know, for about an hour. Because why? Because I'm wearing tudung, I'm wearing hijab. So they have a very different perception towards us, towards the Muslim, because you know what? They think we are terrorists. So you just imagine. So I have to show my paper lah at the conference apa semua kan. And then if they even call the conference set, you just imagine Macam tu tau, kena interrogate tu. And then exactly I travel with my friend. Dia memang citizen UK lah. Dia have free semua tapi dia masuk travel. So I yang seorang kena interrogate. You just imagine just because I'm wearing tudung. You see, so that's why I was like skeptical about this. That one is in UK, in Europe. So that's when you talk about New Zealand, I think it's something different. It's something very easy going, especially they accept us as Muslim, they accept us as we are just people around, right? Not just, they have what they call
They tak judge you.
Dia tak open.
They open. This is very nice. Kan?
Sebab about you.
Yes, sebab tu kadang-kadang kita perlu ada juga environment yang macam tu untuk kita what call it, bila kita belajar tu kita perlu ada, barulah kita rasa tenang, kita rasa being judged, just because we are wearing hijab, just because we are a Muslim, because people all that is different. Tu yang penting juga tu, salah satu tu penting gitu yang kita kata you feel at home. So you won't feel so homesick, right? Sebab you feel like at home juga. Macam tu kan. And then kalau lihat tu, okay, I nampak you tunjuk juga a few what they call it, macam grocery shop, fast food. Is it okay for you to go in and then you eat, or you have to look at what halal sign and things like that?
So macam fast food, for example burger, ada macam banyak jugalah option yang you go in and then you order, can you make it halal please? So macam boleh je ada. So basically most daging yang diorang guna halal, cuma you have to request for halal and then they will cook it separately macam supaya tak mix with bacon using separate cutlery.
Different. I see.
So the term halal tu memang is well informed, is over there macam term halal.
This is very interesting, because when I went to Poland, memang kalau halal tu tak ada. Tak ada istilah. Tapi kalau kelakar tu lah, dekat situ pun sebelah tu bacon apa, dia kata you can take that bread, dia cakap. So you just imagine bread tu come from the same kitchen. The same kitchen yang tak ada halal dan everything. So you just imagine, it's quite skeptical. Tapi bila you cakap macam ni, sebenarnya memberi satu pendedahan kepada anak-anak didik di luar sana, student yang nak sambung belajar kat New Zealand. So that's mean, this is very important kan, sebab halal ni sangat important, sebab whatever you eat will be you, right? So we just imagine macam tu. So actually it's very interesting sebab bukannya semua yang nak dedahkan benda macam ni. Kadang-kadang dia cuma tunjuk yang baik je, betul tak? And then okay come and then study dekat sini, tapi dia tak tunjuk yang the bad part of it. Sebab ni kita tunjuk yang bad dulu, baru kita kata that one can be handled and tackle, and then wow, this is the bad. This maksudnya perkongsian dengan Husna ni memang sangat membuka mata, especially student yang nak sambung belajar atau parents yang hantar anak dia kan. Jadi mereka tidaklah risau sangat keadaan di sana. Sebab itulah kalau dikata kosong COVID positif, memang betul lah kalau kita lihat keadaan ni macam tenang kan, tak serabut. Walaupun you cakap Auckland ni is a city juga kan, kalau banding dengan KL. Tapi it's a city, so kalau kita tengok tu dia tak adalah macam kelang kabut sangat, sibuk-sibuk macam tu kan. So I mean secara lalu lah kan, and then even university also macam cool aja macam tu kan. So memang sangat sesuai lah untuk kita belajar kan, dan juga you timba ilmu, dan diharapkan, eDIDIK harapkan Husna menimba sebanyak experience ilmu dekat sana dan bawa balik nanti you are one of them yang memperkenalkan sesuatu yang baik, sesuatu yang positif, supaya kita dapat mengubah paradigm anak-anak didik kita, anak murid kita, saudara kita, kawan-kawan kita di luar sana. Because sometimes bila kita lebih banyak kita keluar, lebih banyak kita mengembara, lebih banyak kita dedah, lebih banyak kita belajar kan. Sometimes we have to learn and sometimes we have to relearn. Right?
Betul?
Betul. So any more slides Husna yang you share for us?
No, that's all. That's all I have for today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jadi link sijil dah tertera di sana. So jadi para penonton boleh key in untuk link sijil kita pada hari ini menggunakan email Delima MOE ataupun email eDIDIK. Okay, dan juga sila sertakan, kita ada juga bagi untuk feedback form. So any improvement, suggestions, advice Okay, daripada audience untuk sampaikan kepada pihak kita juga terima. Okay. Alright, any more Q&A question? Maybe ada nak tanya soalan personal ke? Nanti Husna nak balik ke sini kan? So 2 minggu akan quarantine. When is your flight? Husna, when is your flight?
24th July. So exactly in 2 weeks.
Dekat dah, sangat dekat dah. So you ada time lagi ni, memang kena pergi enjoy lagi lah.
Betul.
Jangan lupa oleh-oleh tu. Husna to us. Gitu kan, jangan lupa.
Betul.
Kan? Yeah, okay, that's very interesting kan. Betul-betul. Masing-masing pun seronok kat luar satu kuat, seronok, suasana aman, damai kan, itu yang kita nak kan. Bila kita belajar kita perlukan suasana yang kondusif, right? Tak kalut-kalut macam tu, jadi apa yang kita belajar pun dapat mudah kita nak faham kan. Nampak tu. Yes, salah satu motivasi, actually your channel is very interesting jugalah ni, apa tu, it's very interesting, Cikgu Fadli. Maybe kan macam as you said, kita boleh lagi berkongsi. Mungkin today kita kongsi pasal New Zealand, maybe somewhere else kita terbang ke tempat lain pula kan. So kita compare lah, walaupun we cannot go there, yes. Walaupun at this moment we cannot travel, we cannot fly, but we can fly using this platform, using this channel, right? Macam tu. Jadi for the time being, boleh lah you all yang kat sana tu simpan duit dulu. Nanti dah selamat, boleh fly, boleh travel. Okay, yeah.
Okay, Husna, any final words for all of us in Malaysia ni? What's the time over there dekat New Zealand sekarang?
Currently 3:30 in the afternoon.
3:30.
4 jam beza lah, lebih kurang.
Okay. Final words from Husna to all of us in Malaysia ni. In 2 weeks kita akan sambut kepulangan Husna to Malaysia.
Just take care everyone, and I'll see you soon in Malaysia.
Wow, yeah.
Okey, baiklah. Terima kasih Husna hari ni di atas perkongsian yang sangat-sangat hebatlah, menarik hari ni. Okey, tahniah Husna menjadi salah seorang pelajar yang mewakili Malaysia. We call ambassador in Malaysia. Betul. Terima kasih juga pada Dr. Jai yang hari ini bersama-sama kita untuk bersama-sama dengan Husna live di Malaysia, dan juga audience yang sangat-sangat terbaik hari ini. Banyak respon-respon, soalan-soalan, dan ibu bapa, pelajar-pelajar yang mana ingin bertanyakan soalan, boleh kita proceedkan lagi benda-benda ini. InsyaAllah pihak eDIDIK dalam platform rendezvous ini kita akan bertemu lagi dengan pelajar-pelajar lain. Mungkin kita akan bawakan anda maybe ke negara lain dalam episod-episod yang seterusnya. Kita nak jadikan macam dia talk show juga. Okay. Alright, so everyone, that's it from me. Once again, jangan lupa sijil. Ada Dr. Ja, ada something lagi untuk final words to everyone?
Okay, my final word. Okay, thank you so much Husna for sharing your experience. Okay, hopefully this is not the last. Okay, maybe the first, maybe we have another sharing lagi kot. Husna ada lagi something nak share kan? Your kejayaan nanti kepada anak-anak, especially yang after SPM ni kan. Jadi mereka mungkin dia akan teruja sebab yang menyampaikannya adalah level mereka ataupun batch mereka atau usia mereka. Jadi maksudnya tak jauh beza. Macam like myself, kita dah lain punya level kan. Jadi macam you all sama level dengan kawan-kawan di sana. Jadi mereka rasa macam teruja experience first hand from you kan. Begitu dia Cikgu Fadli, memang yes, this is something different kalau kita bandingkan dengan sebelum ni. Kita banyak berkongsi tentang skill, tentang apps yang perlu digunakan oleh guru-guru ataupun oleh murid-murid, dari bapa juga. Tapi di sini perkongsian ni is a little different. I think it's very interesting. Sebabnya kita memberikan satu pendedahan atau pengalaman yang first hand daripada individu itu, iaitu Cik Husna. So Cik Husna, janganlah serik untuk berkongsi apa-apa hal. You can go back, maybe insyaAllah once you're done with your your study there, maybe you can join eDIDIK as one of the jurulatih. Yes insyaAllah, right? Then sharing your knowledge juga, sebabnya this is only the beginning. This is what you call it the beginning of everything, dan mudah-mudahan benda yang kita kongsi ni dia salah satu juga majlis ilmu kita mendapat manfaatnya dan mendapat berkatnya. Okay, mungkin kalau tak dapat dia punya apa kita panggil, dia punya pulangan dia maybe in future, insyaAllah, right? Yes,
betul.
back to you. Yeah, thank you so much for giving me the chance to be with you all. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, Dr. Cha. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Husna. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Cha. Thank you, eDIDIK team and crew and everyone who make this thing possible. Okay, everyone. So I think that's all from me. So this is the first episode. Let me remind you of rendezvous. So we will see you again in the future. Okay, that's it from me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and stay safe, everyone.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.
Okay, Ustaz, take care.